What's up, everybody on YouTube? This is JD Olsen, and I got my son Brandon with me today, and what we're going to do is give you guys some half guard stuff. Okay, this is going to be broken up into 3 little parts. So what we're going to do is half guard bottom escapes, then we're going to do half guard top escapes, and then a couple half guard attacks from the top and from the bottom. Okay, and so it's something kind of cool. Brandon's rocking his Venom by Venom gi, so this is the actual company Venom when they rocked out the movie Venom, so it's a Venom by Venom. And I happen to have the Hayabusa symbiote or Venom gi, and something that I think is pretty cool is they're opposites. His is black, mine is white. I have the eyes, the spider web on the back, or the talons, what do you call them? Leg? Spider. He has the eyes, but on the inside of mine I have the eyes. So I think it kind of tied in pretty well.
I got that too.
And then you've got the actual movie thing. So I think it's kind of cool. So I thought that'd be fun to do for a video for you guys.
Anti-venom. Anti-venom.
So you got the Venom cubed. You got Venom by Venom by Venom. And I do like these Hayabusa gis a lot. They're pretty comfortable. They don't shrink a lot. Somebody wrote in a review that mine shrinks way too much. I actually had to send one of mine back. I have the Punisher one and I have the Venom one. And I haven't had any problem with shrinking, but I don't dry them. I actually just hang dry these. But all right, let's get into that. What's that?
Sponsored.
I am not sponsored. I like this product. And the built-in rash guard I think is quite nice considering they're not very heavy. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to jump right into this half guard video. So let's go ahead and show you guys what we got. So I have Brandon. He's in my half guard. I did have a question this week, what was half guard? So let's just make sure we're on the right page for that. If I have closed guard, my feet are around his body, okay? But if he somehow passes a leg, and if I lock here, I have half guard. Of course, it can be inside here, it can be a knee shield, it can be whatever, but the main focus is the fact that I have one leg held, and that's my half guard. So from here, what I'm going to do is he's going to clear my leg, because that's just going to be what his attack is, and I'm going to put my hand on his back, and I'm going to grab his belt, or as far back as I can, and my bottom hand is going to come in and grab that knee, okay, or the ankle, sorry. Grabbing his ankle, I'm going to make sure I hold on to something. So from here, he has 2 choices. He can either whizzer my arm or not. So he chose to whizzer. I say, cool. I'm going to hug his arm. I'm going to bring my hand in. I'm going to grab the inside of his gi pants right here. And I'm going to take a simple step, and I rotate. And now I have position. So I have this here. He clears my leg. So I hug his back as far as I can. Now I'm going to pinch my arm to his arm. If I don't pinch, then as I go to roll, he'll just base out, and I won't have anything. It'll be pointless. This hand here, I bring in, and I'm going to grab the inside of his gi pants as fast as I can. My ear is up on his chest. I'm not laying my head on the mat where I can get smashed. I'm going to be here like this. So all I do now is I take a little bit of a shrimp, or half a shrimp maybe. I'm going to give a little pull, and I'm going to rotate my whole body. And I give a little push so I can make sure my leg doesn't get caught up in there. And then I can take position. So he's already cleared. We're already here. I bump him forward, I grab. Again, this hand comes in, grabs that gi pant right there. Arm is pinching. From there, I just rotate, and I get my leg out of there. But this time, he doesn't do that part. So I'm here like this, and he's not whizzering. So my second option is to take his back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a slight bump with my shoulder, like I'm going to rotate something, like turn a wheel or something. And as I do that, I come out the back. And I can take his back, seatbelt, whatever you need to do right away. So here we are. I'm all loaded up. I'm trying to get him to fall for the sweep. He is not doing it. So I bump. As I rotate, you can put your head on the mat, pull your hand to the floor, come out. From there, I have my grips, I have my back take all set up. Okay, I still have that leg trapped. This leg is trapped. If I want from there, I can step over, set my hook. Okay, one more time, other side. Again, this is if they don't whizzer the arm. If they whizzer the arm, the ball sweep might go too. All right, so this time he did it slightly different. That's okay. He's blocking me here. So what I'm going to do is, again, I bump forward. I use my legs and my arms. And I get here, and I get my grip. And I'm like, all right, he's not falling for it. Hip out. Release the pants. Rotate. Put your head on the floor if you have to. My foot is still hooking his leg. I come out the back. And if you need to, you can set your hook. Okay, now we're going to move on to part 2, which is where Brandon is holding on to me from the bottom. So how do I escape from that position? All right, so Brandon's got me in half guard. He still has his knee shield in. He's kind of got a good position. And I find that, hey, I'm not able to kind of get a grip. All right, so my first thing is to take a hand, pop it out of the way, and dive in. All right, so if this knee shield's in your way and you're finding it a pain, come in. One more time. Okay, maybe I get the collar, but I'm here. Now, my first pass is what we call a pressure pass. My hand comes up underneath, and I'm going to get on my toes, active toes. Now I'm going to put all of my pressure on his neck with my shoulder. 1-ton shoulder pressure pass. So I come up, got that there, a little hop, and I come out. Clear the leg, come in. From there, start putting some pressure down, walk up, a little hop, and I can get out. That's our first one. Our second one, side sitting escape. I honestly really like this one a lot, but there's something important you have to do to make sure when you do this that you do it right. So I set up the same thing, I come up underneath, I'm here, but at this point, I'm going to stretch my back leg out and I go active toes. From here, I'm going to grip his pants. I'm going to pull them towards my belt, and then I'm going to punch them far, far away. I back step out, and now I'm in the side control position. So, doing the side sitting escape from the other side so you can see the active toes and everything from the other side. So again, this first thing I got to do is I got to clear this knee shield. So I clear, and I'm crashing in. My shoulder is still trying to go under his jaw, so I could do the pressure pass if I wanted, but I chose not to, so my leg goes back, and I rotate to my hip, but this foot, active toes, and I'm pushing into the mat. So if Brandon tries to push me over, notice he's already let go of my leg, so I can come out, but this foot is keeping me from getting, push again, rolled over. So I'm here like this. Arm is on this side, active toes. My hand comes to his pants, pull him up to break his feet grip, punch him away, back step, and I'm in position. All right, one more time. I clear. I come in, straighten my leg, active toes. I grab the pants, pull forward, punch them backwards, step out, and then I scissor over. All right, so that knee shield's in my way. I clear the knee shield. I come in, I go active toes. I'm gonna walk my feet in, and I'm getting ready to grab this. Brandon doesn't like that. He's gonna grab my wrist. Once he does, I'm gonna rotate, grab his wrist. From here, I'm gonna push forward to the mat. Bring this arm under, and I set up my Kimura grip. He still has me in half guard, so I still can't finish. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my head about right here. I line it up with his elbow a little bit, and so I come over where I'm actively using my head as balance. I'm going to bring my leg in, shear, and now I can get the submission. So clear, come in, active, get ready to do this, and I'm like, oh, perfect. Come up underneath. Put my head forward. Bring your leg in. Active toes, hook his body so your leg doesn't get pushed over. Pull your other leg out. Mule kick back. If you're not as good on your secondary side, that's okay. Most of us have a good and a bad side. I just want you to be able to see it from the other perspective. Clear. I come in. Active toes. I'm getting ready to grab this leg, and he's like, oh no you don't. So from there I grab, punch it to the mat, come over and I get my Kimura grip. From here, active forehead, active toes, and I kick back. Even if you can't finish the Kimura, you can at least escape the half guard. All right, and then finally we move into part 3 of this video, and it's attacking from the half guard, bottom and top. Brandon is in my half guard. So I have half guard right here. All right, we were talking in a previous video about maybe a one-hit wonder technique. And I want to show you a quick one-hit wonder technique because I just think it's fun. So what I'm going to do, put my hand on my chest. I'm going to come underneath. I'm going to go underneath. And from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to help bump. As I go, I pull his leg up with my toes. I don't know if you guys can see that right away. I grab, other elbow goes right into his butt crack, and I get a calf crush. Okay? Simple little quick move. So I'm here, I got my toe position, I'm all good in half guard, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just bump. This hand comes underneath. As I do, I sit up. I grab his foot, I give my elbow right behind his butt, so now he can't come back and grab me or do something weird, and now I just pull that back. Kind of like in the previous video that we did with the same setup, this is a technique that I feel you can get one time on somebody. Once they've had it done to them, they're kind of hip to it, they're not going to fall for it again. All right, now let's talk a couple of the moves. So, what I want first is I want a Kimura. And a Kimura from this position is actually pretty cool. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this arm on the inside so it's monitoring his bicep. And I'm going to give a little push so this arm can equally come in and get the grip. Now I got my Kimura grip. From here, hip out and back. With my active toes, as I run this up his back, he can't roll out. So it's there and here. So, started underneath. I got my hand from the hip. I put it on top because I keep my head buried in his chest. From here, I give a little push. This hand is working its way underneath as this hand makes its way to the wrist. As I punch through the ceiling, I come underneath and I get my figure 4 grip. And from here, I'm going to make sure he can't grab his belt or grab his own thigh or something. I don't want him to do all that. So I keep it out here. So he's trying to get it, I'm like, oh no you don't. Now I hip out, and then I just roll it up his back. And I don't let him scramble or don't let him dive. I get my Kimura grip, he grabs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hip out, and as I do this, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to let go of this leg. Okay? He's going to start to come around immediately. As he does that, I rotate. And I get my sweep. All right, so I'm underneath, and I'm all situated. I got my grips. He's not going for it. He's thinking about attacking me. So my initial hand comes in, rotates, controls the bicep. As I do this, this other hand comes in, and I get my grips. I still have active toes on his back leg. And I'm going like this, and he is grabbing his legs, so now there's nothing I can do. So as I hip out, I let that leg go. He's going to immediately go right around. As he does, I rotate and I push into his belly button with my figure 4 grip. From here, switch your hips, mash this to the floor, shoulder on the mat. All right. Well, great. Thank you guys for watching the video. I truly appreciate it. If you haven't already done so, do us a favor. Hit that like button. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Laugh at me. Hulk smash. And then finally, hit that bell icon so you know the next video is coming out. As you already know, we have videos on Filipino martial arts, videos on Jiu-Jitsu, videos on submission wrestling, videos on TFC Jiu-Jitsu. Hoping to put some more Aikido videos together, and of course the kickboxing videos. Again, thank you guys for the support. Hope to see you all in the next video, and you guys stay safe out there.